Hey!
Hello, everyone in the chat. Hello, Jess. Hello, Andy.
Hi.
Hey!
Hello. Well, obviously, Eurovision has now been, 3 months gone past now, and we're on the verge of Junior Eurovision news, a lot of Junior Eurovision news. And yesterday, a massive bit of Junior Eurovision news came out. Jess, please tell us what it was and why we are all from one particular nationality in this stream today.
Yeah. Well, in case you haven't heard, the United Kingdom is officially returning to Junior Eurovision for the first time since 2005.
Yes, I mean,
Were you even born in 2005?
We debuted the year I was born.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
I was just looking at you thinking you probably weren't even alive.
I'm waiting for someone to ask in the comments, am I eligible to participate? But no, I'm not quite. No, yeah, it's massive news. Obviously, the UK, I don't think many people saw us returning in, years at the very least. So this is massive news coming off a big year for the UK. Andy, what are your thoughts on it?
Well, first of all, it's crazy being a UK Eurovision or Junior Eurovision fan right now because we just seem to be talking about the UK a lot and thinking back to previous years, the UK would barely get mentioned. I think it's fantastic news. We've seen countries return, such as France, kind of over the past few years. They've had a really good record in the contest recently. Obviously, Junior Eurovision was in Paris last year as well. I'm really hoping this is a chance to show some of the wealth of young talent that we have in this country. So I'm really excited. The Junior Eurovision family is growing. I can see Jess is about to burst if she's about her excitement.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very excited to see my country back in Junior Eurovision. And I remember our participations from when we first took part, and that was, really exciting. It was great. And we actually did well most of the time, which was even better. So I'm really excited to see what we're going to bring this time round and how we're going to fare, whether we're going to kind of repeat our good results or if we're not. But whatever happens, I'm just happy to see us being represented in this contest and to see all this young talent getting the chance to shine on an international stage.
Yeah, I echo a lot of the sentiments that you say. I mean, Andy, on your note, I think this is definitely the most the BBC has ever mentioned Eurovision in a summer period for a year for various...
100%.
Yes, 100%. And yeah, this is incredibly exciting. Obviously, I wasn't following the contest when we were last in it. So from my perspective, I've only followed Junior Eurovision as sort of a neutral, which has its own sort of fun aspects. So you don't have to worry necessarily about countries. But I'd imagine it's so much more fun when you have like a stake in the contest. And yeah, I can't wait to see, with a bit of skepticism, what we will bring to this contest. Let's have a look at some of the comments that we have. Feel free to let us know what you think. Ask us any questions. Ask us any general Eurovision Junior Eurovision questions if you want. We don't get a chance to speak about Junior Eurovision often. Hello from Joanne Johnson in the chat. Hello from Jesse. Bubble is saying, Jess, our sunshine here. That's lovely. Hello from Robbie, your long time.
Hey, Robbie. We met Robbie in, I was going to say, in Turin this year.
Oh,
did we?
I think you may have met him as well, Harry. You might have had a picture taken with him. But hey, Robbie, hope you're doing well.
Oh, I know. Yes, I do know, Robbie. Yes. Hello to Valcrum Leon. Welcome back, United Kingdom. La Plaf, good luck, UK. UK's returning JEC is the last thing in my thoughts that would happen this year. Hope for a mini sand rider. Yeah, long blonde hair with the. You know what? I was discussing this with you two earlier, and it's just brought back memories of France 2008. Now, where we just have the mini long hair with the beard. We just got that. I'm not sure we do very well. Yeah, the one with the buggy, Divine. Yeah, I can't imagine that would do that well at Junior Eurovision, but you never know. Sarah O'Halloran, hello. I promised myself that if 20 countries took part this year, I will buy 20 Premier League jerseys and change each one to a different song. Yeah, West Ham.
Well, we're almost there.
Make UK West Ham if I were you, Sarah. No biased.
Making you.
Andy's got no idea what we're talking about. Nexus View. That's great news. How likely do you think it will be Denmark to see Denmark participating again?
It's probably never going to happen for a long time unless changes are made to the contest.
When was the last time they participated?
2005.
Oh, yeah, that was the last year we participated. Who knows? Joey is saying, wait, it's actually real. Yes. I hope you weren't waiting for our live stream to confirm that's real, but and just go for
if I wake up at the end of this year and all this UK buzz is a dream.
Imagine. Yeah, Sam Ryder Jr. as well. Ian Williams with a good point. Loved it when Wales took part in 2018 and 19. It was a good way to promote our language. Yeah, that's an interesting point because obviously there's the language rule in Junior Eurovision. There is the assumption that we will just go for English, but I would say go for it this year in English. But if we go for it, if we take part in multiple years, like why not experiment with other languages like Welsh? Because it was nice seeing Welsh in Eurovision in some capacity.
Yeah, and Wales have kind of helped pave the way for the UK return as well. And I think it's bittersweet in a sense that we won't get to see Welsh participation at Junior Eurovision again. Obviously, they haven't taken part, I think, for the past couple of years. I think the last time they took part, Jess, correct me if I'm wrong, was 2019.
Correct.
They haven't taken part, but some people have been hoping for the return, and it was such a great opportunity for Wales to show off their culture and to perform. Show off the language and to perform in Welsh as well. It was so important for the country of Wales. It's a shame that now the UK is returning, we won't get to see that. But as you said, Harry, maybe there's an opportunity in the future to bring in a Welsh language song back to Junior Eurovision again.
Yeah, absolutely.
And won't see the Scottish participation that was kind of rumoured within the past couple of years. They were kind of bidding for their own participation at Junior Eurovision. Obviously, that won't happen now either. But, thank you to Wales for kind of paving the way. I'm happy that the UK is back, but there's that bittersweet element that we won't get to see Wales participate in their own right.
Yeah, of course. But, I mean, who knows? Maybe a participant this year will be from Scotland or Wales, and that will be nice for that country in particular. Hello, Incognito. Hello, I'm Polish, but I live in the UK. I'm very happy. Also, my British friends will watch Junior Eurovision for the first time with me. Yes, of course. It will be broadcast on BBC One, iPlayer, and Kids Channel C BBC. First time it's going to be the BBC are actually participating because, of course, when we took part before, we were on ITV. So I'm really intrigued, especially considering when Wales took part, it was obviously the BBC, but it was BBC, like, I want to say C4 or like...
It was S4C.
S4C.
Which I think is actually part of... is that part of the BBC group? I don't think it is.
I thought it was part of Channel 4.
I thought
it might be Channel 4 then. That's my mistake.
We're going to Google that now. Because,
but
it might be part of the BBC. I think it is part of the BBC, actually, Harry. I think you're correct. Keep talking while I'm Googling.
Yeah, so, I mean, regardless, obviously Wales used a smaller station to participate, so there was a smaller budget. So it will be really interesting to see with like the full-fledged BBC behind it, how much bigger and better we could be. Because no disrespect to Wales, they did come last and second last when they took part, as much as it was great to see them. So we do hope for slightly better than that. So let's...
I'm just going to pick up on Ignonito's comment as well, because Poland, what a powerhouse when it comes to Eurovision. So I'm glad you're going to get to watch the show with your British friends now. I mean, Poland, we've had 2 first places and a second place, I think.
Yeah, last 4 years. Yeah.
Always really excited to see what Poland brings to Junior Eurovision, because it's always so non-childlike, and that's always my issue with Junior Eurovision, where you get kind of the more adult type songs that could be performed by an adult, staged by an adult, and then you get kind of the childish type songs. And I think when it comes to UK's previous participations, it's always been quite childlike, but Junior Eurovision was a very different contest then, Jess, with different set of rules. I'm really keen to see what the UK will bring. Obviously, they're selecting the song through CBBC, which is the children's BBC channel here. But I'm just hoping we don't get something really, really childlike this year. And I hope we get some decent kind of writers behind the song, good production, and maybe send something in a similar vein to what Poland would send.
I mean, I think the BBC will be very keen to kind of do the best that they can, and they will want to kind of, you know, to show people that coming back was the right decision, that we're maybe not necessarily in it to win it, but we're in it to send a competitive entry that people are going to like and resonate with, and they're going to really want to, I think, show themselves off in a way. And especially as host broadcaster for Eurovision next year, and after the success of Sam, I think they're going to want to try to continue that as best they can. And, you know, kind of looking at music that's kind of popular in the UK and what's in the charts now, I would imagine we'd get something quite modern and maybe more adult sounding rather than childish. But that's what I think we would kind of be going towards.
Wouldn't it be great if the BBC could... Sorry, Harry.
No.
The BBC could use this as a platform for kind of moulding our future Eurovision artists. You know, I'm quite excited about that prospect, because we have seen Junior Eurovision artists then go on and compete and be successful at Eurovision. Obviously, kind of, you know, if we put this year aside, the UK has always struggled to find kind of credible Eurovision acts, you know, with good songs. And this might be a good way to kind of create a succession of some artists going from Junior Eurovision to Eurovision. And I also hope Sam Ryder is involved in this, because he needs to be all over everything.
Sam Ryder needs to be involved in every Eurovision entry from now until he physically can't. I tell you what, though, going back to Poland, one thing I always love about Poland's entries, especially in their recent success, is they always seem to prioritize the actual instrumental, the music. It always sounds so full and so like aesthetic, audibly pleasing. And that's a key thing to why they do well. It's why they are such jury darlings. And yeah, if the UK need to really focus on that, focus on getting the song part correct. Because I think one thing people sometimes complained about before with the UK is we prioritized the song and then went for the artist. In some ways, you kind of got to do that a little bit with Junior Eurovision, because you're not going to find many child performers that are going to be able to write their song from scratch. You're probably going to need to aid them a bit. So what I'm hoping for mainly is just we get a song that fits in with modern. It's something that a more adult version you could hear in proper Eurovision, and we really take it seriously. My fear for the UK is we will just send some generic X Factor style ballads that, you know, just has like a generic message. That's my fear. So we need to stray away from that, because if you look at it in some ways, that's sort of how Germany have approached it a little bit since coming back, and they've had to take a break. So we need to look at what other successful countries are doing and then implement that in how we select our song.
But then again, when we were in Junior Eurovision in 2003 and 4, like, we had songs about like peace and hope and love, and we actually did very well. So maybe it could work if like the instrumentation and everything is good enough and the staging, etc.
There is, of course.
I was going to say, if the past couple of years has been about environment, this year is going to be about peace. Isn't it?
Yes.
I think with everything that's going on in the world, we are going to get a lot of songs, quite rightly, about peace. And sometimes when children are singing or young people are singing songs with those kind of lyrics, it hits home a little bit harder, because you're thinking about the world that you're leaving behind for these young people. I think the concern I have with who's going to represent the UK is you find countries like Serbia, some of these Eastern European countries, France, even Spain, where they kind of already have some child stars that they can go to. I just want to think, we don't really have any child stars in this country. other than people that have maybe performed at The Voice, but The Voice, you wouldn't really call them stars. You know, they're not celebrities as such. Not kids.
I feel like in this country we've never really had that kind of culture of having lots of young, like, kid and teenage singers like you find in other countries. And initially, when I thought of the UK potentially returning to Junior Eurovision, I assumed ITV would be the broadcaster and we'd just go for The Voice Kids as our selection. But now it's, you know, the BBC and CBBC. I'm presuming then maybe if we could just kind of have some kind of internal selection, or they might decide to host like a national final like we did before. But it'll be interesting to see like who these child singers are, sort of thing, like where they've come from. And
I reckon they've already got the song and the performer.
Okay.
I don't think this announcement has, I mean, it's come out of the blue for us, but I think in the scheme of things, I have a feeling that this participation may not be a knee-jerk reaction to the UK hosting. I think this may have been something that has been planned for a while. And, you know, we'd be fools to think that these discussions hadn't been had between the EBU and the BBC and some of the other countries that haven't participated either for a long time or before. They're trying to grow this Junior Eurovision brand. So I don't think this is a knee-jerk reaction to the UK hosting. They're thinking, oh, we're hosting, so we better enter Junior Eurovision. I reckon they've probably already got something planned, and I don't think they would have confirmed participation this year if they hadn't already got an idea of the song and the singer. But I am really excited because there's so much young talent out there, and I think even if the UK could bring something that was kind of credibly urban, or, you know, there's a huge urban music scene in this country with really talented artists. I mean, I hate using the word urban now, but I would love us to bring something like that helps kind of elevate the contest to the next level, like countries like Poland, Armenia have done, France even over the past few years.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go to some of the comments just from what you're saying. Villarreal Leon, fun fact, Germany and the United Kingdom are the only two big five countries that have never won the Junior Eurovision Song Contest. Yeah, I mean, Italy and Spain must have won it fairly early on.
Italy about 8 years ago, was it?
Oh, yeah.
Italy was 2014, Spain was 2004.
Yeah, and then obviously France was in 2020. I mean, it would be the UK and Germany, let's be honest, similar to adult Eurovision. Robbie's saying Junior Eurovision is funny. I only watched it last 2 years. France's winner was very childlike, but last year's winner from Armenia was more adult. I think it can go either way. Yeah, I think partly it also depends on the competition and how and what's around the countries. But with both of those songs, again, it comes back to having a song that fit the child that was performing it, and also having aesthetic, audibly good sound behind it. That I think is very key to having a success. Sarah is saying, I would like to hear a garage, that sounded posh, garage genre song. In Junior Eurovision. Oh, God. You know why I said garage? It's I don't know. Have either of you seen Friends?
I'm not really a fan of Friends.
No. Well, there's a quote where one of the mothers say garage, and I think the quote is, "Did I say garage? I meant garbage," or something like that. And that's in my family's head the entire time. You can tell.
I would love to hear garage at Eurovision or Junior Eurovision.
I'm not posh, I promise. Yeah. So, Welcome. I'm from the Netherlands and proud to be one of the only countries that have participated in all 20 editions of Junior Eurovision since Belarus withdrew from the contest last year. Oh, really?
Oh, I never knew that.
Netherlands are one of the bigger countries in Junior Eurovision. They've definitely got one of the bigger national finals as well. Which actually, come to think of it, that's all four of the songs for that have been released, haven't they?
Yep.
Have either of you been able to listen to all of them?
Yep.
What are your thoughts, Jess?
I'm just rooting for La Festa to win. If it doesn't win, then I riot.
You heard it here first. You'll see Jess on the streets of London Probably no one will understand what she's going on about, but she will be there. Hello, Michelle Black from the UK. Incognito is saying Germany is not competing this year in Junior Eurovision because they've said it's for creative break. Hope it is for Eurovision and Junior Eurovision. Yeah, I mean, it's a shame Germany have withdrawn from Junior Eurovision after 2 years, because they've sent decent songs, I think, but sadly it doesn't help that they've opened both the shows, probably by complete luck or unluck, depending on how you feel. But they've sent. I thought they would. They're going to slowly get better, I think, and hopefully, if they come back next year, this will be the first year of Junior Eurovision, I believe, that all the big five are taking part, which will be very exciting if it happens next year.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm going to disagree with you on Germany. I've not been inspired by the German entries in the past couple of years, and I'm actually happy that they're withdrawing and that they're saying it's to take a creative break, because I'm hoping they will come back with a bang. They just need to rethink their strategy, the way they're selecting songs, I think. I'll be quite excited for their return. Let's hope it's only a year break, because I would love to see them back with something very different in 2023.
Jess, any thoughts on Germany?
Not really anything other than what Andy said. I think ultimately, it was the way in which they were selecting their song that was a bit of a letdown and that wasn't working. And so I am kind of happy to see them withdrawing, to kind of take a step back and rethink their plans and to come up with a new approach to Junior Eurovision. So hopefully within the next year or two, we can see them back in the contest much stronger, I hope.
Yeah.
Go internal.
Yeah. The problem I have with Germany is they've tried a lot of things in adult Eurovision. They've switched, like even the last 3 contests, they've gone from a national selection to internal to national selection again, with the emphasis on radio-friendly songs. It hasn't really worked in adult Eurovision. So it's an interesting one, Germany. I'd say do the same thing as I want the UK to do. Just look at what's working and then adapt it to how you can make it your own. La Paf is saying... Go on.
I was going to say national selections can work if the selection itself has credibility, and it's going to be a national selection of good entries. But to hold a national selection full of I was going to say garbage, isn't worth it, because you're not going to get a good result. So, unless you can do a Melfest or a Benidorm Fest, go internal. That's why I'm quite happy with the approach that the BBC is taking as well.
I don't know what you're talking about, Andy. Emily Roberts forgetting the lyrics was absolutely fantastic this year. Lapaf is saying Infinity or Luna for the win and represent Netherlands in Yerevan. Sarah's upset, Germany withdrawing. Robbie with an interesting thought. Could Germany take a creative break from main Eurovision? I doubt it.
I mean, it would be nice to see them do that, because I think they definitely need a bit of a shake-up when it comes to Eurovision. But as one of the big five, it would never happen.
I mean, one of the things that we forget about Germany is a couple of years ago, in the year of the cancelled contest, they were sending an absolute banger of a song that would have done fantastically at Eurovision. So I don't think they need a break as such. I just think they need to refresh their strategy and look for something really exciting, and don't give us a national selection like what we had last year, because this year, apologies, because it just wasn't the quality that Germany needs. And again, Germany is a country full of so much musical talent. It's frustrating to see a national selection such as that. So I again would rather they go internal and bring us something like Ben Dolic.
Yeah, I don't think you need to take a year off to really assess and come up with a creative strategy. I mean, look at the UK. We came from 0 points to second place, topping the jury vote. What I love about Eurovision is, no matter how you've done in the past, in any given year, any country can finish anywhere. And I think Germany needs to adopt that strategy and look at, this could be our year. I mean, in 2018 they came fourth with a really one of the fantastic song, and they started off the 2010s with consistent top 10 finishes. So it is within Germany to do well. They just need to, think of something that clicks. And once they have it, they need to stick with it. In my personal opinion, actually, they were onto something with their original national final that they used in 2018. And if they didn't add sisters in, I think they would have had a much more credible entry in 2019. A lot of people actually quite like that selection. It was just the winner they had an issue with. So there are aspects of what Germany are doing which could work. But I mean, I was looking at it the other day. I'm pretty sure they've come bottom 2 in like 5 of the last 6 years, which is good. UK don't even do that bad before this year.
I just think countries, we're straying onto Eurovision now, but I think countries need to look at what's important to them as a nation when it comes to Eurovision. So if, maybe getting a few 100,000 people watching a national selection that's full of, kind of substandard entries, then fair enough, go down that route, but don't then expect to smash Eurovision. If you want to do really well at Eurovision, then refresh your strategy, because the national selection isn't always the way to go. But look at how countries have switched now. Think of the expectations that are on Spain for next year. Think of the expectations that are on the UK next year. Every country has their period in the UK. We had Greece in the
always in the UK.
We had Greece, and we had kind of the ethnobops in the mid 2000s, and now we see, we had some Belgian success that they haven't been able to replicate recently. It will happen for Germany, and I think it will happen in the next couple of years. Their time will come. They just need to rethink.
Yeah, guys, if you've got any other questions on Junior Eurovision, please put them in the comments section. Robbie, quickly, yes, garbage, I'm sure, is now a thing. If someone mentions it the next time I'm on a stream, I will be amazed. Incognito saying, what country would you like to see in Junior Eurovision that has never competed?
I mean, I would quite happily... Pardon?
I was going to say, I might have to rely on you, because I'm not entirely sure which countries have competed over the years. But,
I mean, I would quite happily see every European country participate, but I would love to see a country like Iceland or like or Finland even participating. That would be great. Or some more ex-Yugoslav countries. I'd love to see Bosnia and Herzegovina and Turkey, I think, in Junior Eurovision. Like, can you just imagine like a mini Hadise or something, or a mini Sertab? Like, I would love that.
Yeah, we just need to get Bosnia and Turkey back in Eurovision in general.
Yeah.
Like that, I was watching some of the late 2000s Eurovisions. Their entries are what I love about them. They're good, but they're so Bosnian or Turkey. Like, they're so unique, which I'd love to see that back at Eurovision, because I think it's lacking in some ways. What country would I like to see? I'm a bit like Andy. I don't know if like a country I'll say has been in there once. Finland would be really good, because I'm now just picturing like a mini rock band on stage, and that would be so adorable.
Like
that would be
Blind
great.
Chanel.
Oh, I was about to say mini Blind Channel, maybe not. Let's go mini.
Maybe a mini Krista Siegfrieds instead.
Were they 2014, or was that different?
Who?
The band you just said, the people you just said. Or was that 2013?
2013.
I'm not sure we should be getting kids in a wedding dress. Not gonna. Yeah. Sarah saying Lithuania, Greece, and Belgium. Greece would be really interesting in Junior Eurovision, actually, and Cyprus as well. I think they. Yes, Lapif got it right. Mini Rasmus.
I think Cyprus, haven't they?
They have been in Junior Eurovision, yeah.
Yeah, they even hosted it.
Was it Limassol?
Yeah, in 2008.
Oh yeah, I mean, because why I think would be what's great about Junior Eurovision is you get to see countries that don't necessarily do as well in Eurovision thrive in Junior Eurovision, and we get to see them hosting contests like Poland have hosted, Armenia, Malta got their success in Junior Eurovision. Clavs, okay, this is spot on. All hail Mini Lawsy.
I am here for it.
Yes, 100% Mini Lordy.
I'm going to say Slovenia because I can't find them on the list of countries that have participated. Is that right, Jess?
I think they have
participated twice before, and then they
that.
withdrew, I think, due to kind of scheduling conflicts when the contest moved to Sunday afternoon. But yeah, I would love for them to come back.
I tell you what, I'd love to see another country that's on the cusp of trying to get into actual Eurovision getting. Like, we've got Kazakhstan in there at the moment. We might see, a Liechtenstein, a Faroe Islands. I know it's for the more micronations that might be hard, but again, just for another perspective, another fresh country. Oh, Sam's got a good shout here. Sweden should come back to Junior Eurovision.
Yes.
Because I think also, if we're going off Poland, I think their style of song would be much well respected by the fandom in Junior Eurovision. And yeah, Slovenia took part in 2014 and 15. If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure one of their participants took part in a Slovenia national final recently. And actually,
she did, yeah. It was Lena.
Lena.
2015.
Yeah, massive favourite in 2019. For that, Joanne Johnson, I want them back in Junior Eurovision. Australia, please. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. So, guys, I think
Australia coming back this year. They're not, are they?
They're not. No,
they haven't been back since
2019.
2019. They always had a really adult style sound as well. I don't think they understood they could send artists less than 13 years old.
I see you, Yusuf. Hey to you, long time, buddy.
Yes, hello, Yusuf. I didn't know this. Maria, Slovenia 2015, wrote both the songs that competed in Junior Eurovision.
Yep.
That's really good. It's really interesting. Incognito wants Morocco back in both contests. That would be, that'd be interesting.
Like muted talk about Morocco. I don't think it will happen.
No.
But they do have another commercial channel in Morocco who've quietly expressed an interest in Eurovision. I just can't see it happening in the current climate, unfortunately. No. It'd be great. If you've never watched Morocco's Eurovision entry, give it a watch. It's great.
Sarah brings up a good. Oh no, I haven't watched either. I need to. Sarah brings up a good point. We've obviously there's 17 acts so far participating. Most of the acts have returned from last year. There's a couple notable exceptions. Azerbaijan is one of them. But Sarah doesn't think there's a chance due to the fact the contest in Armenia. Do you think we are seeing Azerbaijan this year in the contest?
Well, they did address it, didn't they, Jess?
Yeah. I think, from comments that have been made from, I think, the broadcaster or the Junior Eurovision team, they would like to participate in Armenia this year, and the whole kind of message, that they've said sounds quite positive, and they just are there to compete in a song contest. They're not there for politics or any other reason. They just want to be able to participate, to have their kids and teenagers the chance to perform on this stage. And if they can make that happen this year, then they would love to do that. So based on what has been said over the last few months, I think there's a possibility that we could be seeing Azerbaijan returning.
Yeah, I would say the same. I mean, if any broadcaster at Junior Eurovision uses it as a chance to say something political, I would just say reevaluate the priorities of the broadcaster. My only worry for Azerbaijan would be simply the reaction the child would get at Junior Eurovision in Yerevan, because I don't know. It'd just be a worry, and I think Azerbaijan potentially could be worried about that as well. And you know what? It wouldn't be a nice moment to experience as a fan, as another participant, especially with it being a child. Like, it's one thing when Armenia withdrew from the contest when it was in Azerbaijan in 2012. It's a completely other thing if Azerbaijan send an act that might be quite negatively received in the contest. Andy, what do you think?
Yeah, and I would hate for that to happen. I think there's also the kind of valid security concern around an Azerbaijani delegation going to Armenia as well that they will need to consider. However, the approach that the Azerbaijani TV station have said is that they just want to compete. I support that, and I hope they're able to compete, because that is really what this contest is about. It shouldn't be about differences with your neighbours or other countries. It's a music contest, and it is for young people as well, who unfortunately get dragged into these political situations. And we've seen the young people that have been affected by the illegal war in Ukraine. I really hope that we get to see Azerbaijan in Armenia this year, and I think there will be a lot of work for Armenian TV as well to kind of assure their security as well.
I'm so glad Ukraine's able to take part.
Really significant. It could be a really significant event, having Armenian TV welcoming an Azerbaijani delegation into Yerevan. It could be really significant. So I hope it happens.
It really,
I hope both countries work to make it happen.
Absolutely. Vic Ram Leon said, I would like to see Belgium return to Junior Eurovision in the future, because it's now a decade ago since our neighbours last participated. Belgium's actually one of those which I think is potentially coming back this year. It's unlikely, but it's one of those. I think from what I've heard, it's them and Croatia still haven't decided either way as potential countries that might return.
Yeah, I've heard rumours about Croatia, but I don't know how true they are. But I would love to see it happen anyway. And Belgium, they were, in my opinion, they were quite good in Junior Eurovision. Quite often they would send good entries. They had a good national final, similar to what we see in the Netherlands. And they did put a lot of effort and work into it. And it was quite a surprise when they decided that they just didn't want to do it anymore.
When did they withdraw from Junior Eurovision?
Their last participation was 2012.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Because if it was, I could have understood it if they withdrew in like the late 2000s, because I'm not sure Eurovision was the top of their priority. But yeah, they were starting to get back into it in the early 2010s. Yeah, Belgium's an interesting one. They always focus on a quality side in adult Eurovision. So yeah, it'd be really interesting to see what they send. Sarah with an excellent point. MALÉNA might be in Senior Eurovision very soon. 100% agree. Yeah, a lot of people are saying she should have sent QAMI QAMI to adult Eurovision. Ingwanina saying Ukraine extended the submission date for their songs, doesn't give a lot of confidence that they will have a good song.
Just waiting for the right one, I think.
Exactly. It's better to wait for the right one than choose one that isn't as good. Sarah saying Cyprus better come back, and let's leave it on this comment here from Mr. System. Can't wait for Junior Eurovision. Neither can we at Eurovoxx. I'm sure in the Jess is is excited as anyone, I think. So guys, that will wrap up the stream. Obviously, there's going to be so much more Junior Eurovision content coming up. I'm pretty sure. Actually, I've got the list here. We have at least 4 songs being announced just next month, which will be fantastic to hear. Yeah, 4 songs. Maybe more. We've already had some artists confirmed. Maybe we'll get more of those. But we're going to cover it all here on Eurovoxx, on the website, on videos across all platforms, and we'll be following the whole process through. So this was our video on the UK coming back and hopefully doing very well in Junior Eurovision. So I hope you all enjoyed the video, and we'll see you later. Bye, guys.
Bye.